So yeah, I got this one more clip. You ready for that? You ready?
Lay it on
me. All right.
Lay it on me.
So midterms, as we've been talking about, look insane right now. You know, fight about gerrymandering makes no one look good in a lot of ways, but I feel like it's always harder for incumbents to get over that kind of a messaging issue around like around gerrymandering. Especially when there's like the kill switch, like we've talked about in California and Texas.
Yeah.
Um, there's potentially some bleeding in the ranks of Republicans with former Republican Lieutenant Governor of Georgia Jeff Duncan's officially switching parties, which we could talk about sometime. That could be interesting. But stagflation potentially on the horizon, which is for people that don't know, it's a state of high inflation juxtaposed to an economy that is just like not growing and not hiring people. Stagflation is basically about the worst condition an economy can be in. Besides that, just outright dead. And we've got the weekly. We saw the BLS numbers, the correction on the estimates for jobs gained in June and July, and the weekly number of people collecting unemployment benefits hit its highest level since late 2021 in July, with just a little under 2 million people in the last full week of July collecting unemployment benefits. But Donald Trump has a response to all of this economic insanity, something to stem the tide, something to staunch the bleed a little bit that they're seeing of all these three big fronts of that they're fighting on coming up to these midterms.
Okay.
Donald Trump has Stephen Moore, an economist from the Heritage Foundation, come into the Oval Office and show some numbers that no one in the world has ever seen before. And I know that's a common turn of phrase for Donald Trump, but I mean literally this time, no one has ever seen these numbers before.
So do we have some irrational numbers? Curious mathematically where this is going. Like,
they're called imaginary numbers.
There are such things as irrational numbers as well, I will have you know.
There are irrational numbers. I mean, irrational numbers, that's Donald Trump. But we're talking about imaginary numbers.
Fair enough.
Square root of -1 could never.
Can't even.
I love this initial bumbling. This is great to me.
Well, thank you.
There's so much bumbling in this.
We're going to have just a quick session with Steve Moore. Everybody knows Steve Moore with the Heritage Foundation, highly respected, one of the most highly respected economists and people that watch your money and know more about your money and your life than probably anybody I can think of. And I want to thank Steve for being here. I saw this today. They came out. What he puts out gets a lot of coverage, and I saw some of them, and then he had a couple of others. And I'd like to ask Steve maybe to discuss a few of these numbers that were just released. I mean, literally just released. And then we're going over.
Numbers. These were numbers that were just released. Heritage Foundation economists, numbers that just released.
I saw some of them, and then he had a couple others.
I saw some of these numbers. And I saw some others that he's got. He's got the best numbers.
And we're going to do Purple Heart. We have some incredible, brave people that I look forward to.
We're going to do the Purple Heart
right after this. Steve, could you say a few words about the various charts?
Thank you, Mr. President. So I called the President because I had some very good news from some new data that we've been able to put together that no one has ever seen before, and I'll just very quickly go through these. So I was telling the President that he did the right thing in calling for a new head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, because this shows that over the last 2 years of the Biden administration, the BLS overestimated job creation by 1.5 million jobs. Mr. President, that's a gigantic error. And I don't know if she's, I'm not
It might
making
not have been an error, that's the bad part. If it was an error, it would be one thing. I don't think it's an error. I think they did it purposely.
whether that.
So I just wanted to throw this out there really quick. So I haven't done the math on this. I'm sure somebody has actually. I'd be interested to read the article that probably has done the math on this. But technically, if they were looking at the difference in the initial estimate of jobs numbers month to month from the Bureau of Labor Statistics and compared it to the number that they basically ended at after all of the data actually came in, because again they do estimates and then they refine those estimates as data actually comes in, and they make those estimates kind of broadly, and the data is more specific, reacting to the actual.
To track that over time to see how accurate the estimates are, et cetera, et cetera.
That numbers, those are numbers that everybody actually already does have. So they kind of give away the game here a little bit very early by saying these are numbers nobody's ever seen before. There's either the numbers that we actually have seen before, which is the difference in actual job growth and the BLS initial estimate, or these numbers.
These are numbers that nobody's ever seen before because they're bullshit numbers that they just pull out of their asshole that mean absolutely fucking nothing. So,
most likely,
in that sense, they're being honest.
That's the giving away the game is like their favorite thing to do. It's kind of incredible. Every accusation is a confession,
really good at it.
And then every confession is a
really
confession.
Good at it. Yeah. They need a booth for that or something.
All right, let's let Stephen Moore continue.
You may well be right, but even if it wasn't purposefully, it's incompetence.
Right.
Okay. So 1.5 million jobs overestimated. We have access to the.
I love the way that he holds the chart. Trump's physical comedy in this scene is peak. It's peak. He holds the sign for a perfect amount of time. He fumbles a little bit putting it on the desk. He's got the look on his face, even on this still frame. You can kind of see he's like
he could have been a good vaudevillian character, couldn't he?
He's in masterful form right now.
To the some data that no one else does on what has happened month by month with median household income. This is based on unpublished Census Bureau data. It will be released sometime in the next 6 months, but we get an advanced look at it. And so I was telling
Here's somebody's phone going off in the background.
In office, starting in January through the end of June, the average median household income adjusted for inflation for the average family in America is already up $1,174. That's an
incredible number. Just came out.
Just came out. So that's a giant.
The number just came out.
Said this, nobody would have believed.
It's an incredible brand new number.
We're doing well.
So the next
doing
one
well.
We're
doing well.
2024 data on what happened with real family income in the United States. And so what I did was I compared the record in Donald Trump's first term with the Joe Biden first term. And you can see that, by the way, these dotted lines here, Mr. President, that's COVID. So if it had not been for COVID, these numbers would have been substantially better. But even taking account President Trump's last year in 2020, we saw a $6,400 real after inflation gain in income for the average family. And that compares with Joe Biden, which was a measly $551. So, Mr. President, you gain 10 times more income for the average family than Joe Biden is because of your policies.
And that's taken into consideration COVID, which a lot of times you don't have to do that. But I'm very glad you did.
We're almost 8,000 until.
Look at that number.
What is the wait? What? I'm sorry.
Sometimes you don't have to like. It's a singular fucking thing. Like,
what does it mean? Like, sometimes you don't have to take into account COVID. If you're looking at a chart of the change in real household income over time,
you don't have to take into account COVID in 1992 because it didn't happen then.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're necessarily gonna move through the year 2000 and subsequent, 2020 and subsequent years. So you will account for COVID. That is necessarily how the
Yeah.
collection of data over time works.
Yeah.
But again, so monthly estimates of net change in real household income, monthly estimates of net change in real household income. Real household income itself is already an estimate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now you have more estimates of real of an
Estimates on
estimate.
estimates.
It, the the numbers are not even just made up. Like they're meaningless. They're
Yeah.
actually kind of like meaningless made up numbers. But I don't know. It's got to be enough to fool somebody. You've got a chart with a line. The line goes up. Biden's line goes down. My line goes
Mhm.
up. I mean,
That's pretty
I
good,
don't
like Seth Meyers kind of Trump impersonation there.
know.
Had a Seth
I,
Meyers vibe to it.
I can only work with the extremely nasally voice that I've been gifted with.
That's
Um,
true. That's
no, like
true. Man.
the desperate they reek of desperation from all sides.
Mm-hmm.
One, getting this bumbling goof economist from the Heritage Foundation to actually do the talking in the first place. Trump should have been the guy talking this whole time, but he doesn't even understand the very simplistic made up bullshit. Even he doesn't even understand this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't be trusted with that part. So they get again a charisma black hole to go up there and do the talking
Yep,
for
that
him.
is just a guy to stand there and make sure that Trump doesn't say anything too ridiculous, or if he does, to steer him back in the direction against something ridiculous and
Yeah,
get him back into the world of reality.
this is
And distract him with a graph and tell get his picture taken with it.
like
It's
recruiting
his
a
job.
guy off the street to sell a used car that was obviously just pulled out of a flood. Like
Mm-hmm.
this guy is
Mm-hmm.
so ill-equipped to sell this bullshit. And it's so like the
Or
presentation of
he's
it is
perfectly
forced.
equipped to it because, like, he did kind of manage to keep Trump sort of on script here a little
Well,
bit.
I think that's the Adderall. I think the Adderall is really kicking in today.
It
That's why
it
he's
did
not.
look to be
That's why
working
he's
well.
not dancing with the graphs, like which is kind of what I would normally expect is a little sway with the graphs. So uh, he's
He
got.
does
I
seem
mean,
fairly balanced right now. I'll
he's
give you
not
that.
using some of those trademark moves that I think are really in
Yeah,
play
yeah.
when the Reds are hitting like they should. Um, yeah, let's watch a little bit more of this.
Okay?
Yeah.
So then we looked at which families did the best. And we have data from the Census Bureau that shows by income percentage. So the 25th percentile is the lowest income, 75th percentile is the highest income. And what I find fascinating about this, Mr. President, is every income group did better. The red is President Trump, the blue is President Biden. Every single income group did better under President Trump. But what's really amazing is look what happened under Biden. The lowest income group lost income under Biden. They were poor 4 years after Biden's presidency. No gain virtually whatsoever for the middle class. And the rich was the only group that did better under Biden, which is ironic because Biden keeps saying he was trying to get rid of income inequality. He made income inequality worse, not better. It was President Trump that reduced income inequality.
These numbers just came out, by the way.
Yep. And then finally,
Why does he say why does he put
It's one of
emphasis?
those weird psychological things. He's got to be like the disseminator of this new truth. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's part of his cult like messianic thing too. Because I think like to be that guy, you have to be seen as the arbiter and the distributor of what is and isn't true.
Mhm.
So like he has to put his truthy seal of approval on it. These numbers are brand new. I just saw them. They got my seal of approval. Bam.
Yeah, that's that seems incredibly accurate. Yeah, he has to get the last word in. He's got the last word in on all of these, and each one has been just like a little weird little send off of the idea. And yeah, these
He's
numbers just
so
came out.
easy to read, really. Like it's I've
Yeah,
never understood the appeal, the sway that he has. Is to me, he's just the easiest person on earth to read. He is 100% a cut rate used car salesman if he wasn't for money. Like,
I mean, it is interesting how Donald Trump was in like the pop culture space with the with Apprentice and other stuff hitting a peak around the time that like internet poker was, I believe. And he was
mm-hmm.
never a part of like any poker show, but he'd be like the natural guy. He's the salesman. He's got all this money. He's super successful, and now he's
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
show you what it actually means to, you know, sell a hand, right? Like he's
yeah, yeah,
and he's such a
yeah.
talker and
He
stuff
should have
like
been
that.
capitalizing on that. Why wouldn't
But
he have
but
been?
the fact of the matter is that he's an
Too
open
dumb to
book.
play poker. Yeah,
He's an
he's
open book.
terrible at poker because yeah, he's an open book and he's so easy to fucking read.
Easy to read and bad with numbers.
Yeah,
That's a terrible combination
all of the
for
above.
poker.
Yeah, yeah. That dude would be the worst poker player on earth. It's probably why he never does it.
We got just a bit more here.
All right.
These are the
Another
numbers
chart.
I just showed you in percentage terms. Mr. President, these are the numbers in dollar terms. So even the
same
lowest
numbers.
income, 25th percent, gained about $4,000 in income. That's a lot for a lower income family. $6,400 for the middle class and almost $10,000 for the richest. So you can see every income group did better.
The richest people
under,
only
Trump than Biden by a wide margin.
the richest people in this country only increase their annual income by about $10,000
That
under
seems accurate. Yeah.
under Trump. Yeah, that definitely seems
Uh huh.
accurate. Yeah, from what I
These
know
numbers
about.
all really pass the sniff test for sure. This all seems to be on the up and up.
Yeah. I don't know why I doubted the veracity of these claims in the first
No,
place.
I don't see how you could. I mean,
Really,
like,
now that we've gotten on to this chart, that is literally the last chart we looked at again. Um, I believe it. The reiteration, now it's stuck for me. Wow, these tariffs are doing great work.
repetition. Trump's a
That's the
real
sort.
estate sales
I think
guy.
when you
That's
look
the
at them,
essence of it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, just lean on them. Lean on them.
It's also the essence of the big lie too. You just keep telling the lie
Mm-hmm.
long enough, and it becomes the truth.
Yeah. Magically, it just transforms overnight.
they're all something, but this one chart really says it better than anything. If you look at this is great, but this chart is pretty amazing right here.
He likes the line chart. It's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
All new numbers.
All new numbers.
Okay. So we're going to go now over to East Room, and we're going to celebrate some very brave people with the Purple Hearts. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, just to follow up on the India tariffs, do you expect increased trade negotiations, since you've announced the 50% tariff?
No, not until we get it resolved.
Mr. President,
Okay. I mean, that's that's good enough for me. So yeah, he loves the new numbers, man. New numbers. These are way better than the
You
old
gotta have the
numbers.
fresh numbers. Gotta have
It's
those
all,
type of fresh numbers.
it's interesting also that they're using Trump 1. They're talking about numbers, like all of that was numbers from his first term outside of his favorite chart. But like the comparison numbers with Joe Biden, that was Trump's first term compared to Joe Biden's term. So I don't know. They're
Yeah.
like picking and choosing their subjects. We don't know where these
Oh
numbers
yeah,
came
it's
from. They look
wildly cherry picked data at best.
at best, at best.
Yeah.
Um, it reeks of desperation too.
Yeah, it
It
really
does it
does.
to me.
That's what I'm saying.
It
Things are happening too fast for them. Their plates are spinning more than they need to be. They're in desperation mode for a handful of reasons. I think a lot of it's just because their timeline's not working out the way they would expect.
the
But
timeline's
yeah,
not working out. But I'm gonna push back on one thing. I don't even
do.
necessarily think it's about just the timeline not working out, just that they're rushed. These like kind of more external things. I do think there is a lot to say about them overestimating their actual ability. This
Yes.
fucking nepo
Oh
babies.
yeah. A whole lot of them are fucking just Dunning Kruger manifest.
Yeah, yeah. And again, that's lucky for us. But I do feel like that is a big part of what's at play here too. It's not just that the timeline is shrinking on them because of again external forces, the media actually staying focused on the Epstein stuff and timing of that resurging and insistence on from even MAGA base on the Epstein stuff. Um,
Mhm.
it's not just that, but it's also just they kind of suck at this.
Yeah. They're doing really poorly,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
you love to see it.
You make disco
You'll love
music
to see
and you
it.
make it badly. Like that's wow.
Ooh, that's a bad
Wow.
combination. Bad combination. Like, I'm not saying disco music is bad. There's some disco music out there that fucking slaps.
Yeah,
And that I will get down to. Not a lot, but
but
there's shit out there that's legit.
this is just
But
disco
bad
duck on
disco
repeat.
music, like, ee.
It's disco duck all the time, all day, every
Ooh,
day in the White House.
ooh, ooh, yuck. That is the bad place right there.
All right, man. Do you have anything you want to leave us with to wrap off the evening? To wrap off
Um,
this clip?
no, ma'am. Just that I agree completely in that their desperation is showing, which means to me that this is where we really need to press.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They are in a tough spot. We know it, they know it, they know we know it. Every advantage we can push needs to be pressed now. If there's gonna be a national strike, it needs to happen sooner rather than later. There needs to be a visible, message oriented protest just about every fucking week, or just as sustained as possible. Keep this like in real life in front of people's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything out there in the ether is one thing, but it hits different for a lot of people seeing something in real life, whether it's something they agree with or not, but just that solidifying effect of this is a real thing, this is a real issue. Here's a person standing on the street, even if it's just one person,
Yeah.
it solidifies that as a real thing.
Yep.
Just because our brains are kind of primitively wired that way. Like, we can, on the one hand, wrap our mind around something, the idea of like, this thing on the other end of a computer screen is a person, but we don't have that same kind of object permanence as actually seeing a person.
Right. Right.
So yeah, get out there and be a person. I guess.
Yeah, to be a person.
Go do person
I mean,
stuff.
yeah, like be a person, show up, invest. Like I've been spending a lot more time trying to improve my understanding of how the federal politics, the political situation federally impacts us in our state in Missouri, and
I applaud you for that.
trying to be a lot more cognizant of the state politics, because I do feel like it's um like I talked about last time, we have to have bold action, but we also we can't be doing like everything all at once. We have to build momentum,
Yeah.
and that sometimes means the bold actions are small actions.
Yeah. All
And
politics are local.
yeah, exactly. And I think that leaning into local politics is where the bold action needs to take place.
Yeah.
Empowering
That's where you can
Democratic.
build momentum on an issue from the ground up. Like,
Mhm. Well, and for places like Texas, being directly involved in this kind of opposition to, you know, gerrymandering in your state, um, being a part of that voice, like being supportive as a voter, you know, whatever, like that kind of that has huge implications on the national stage, not just as a, like the result of this, like just opposing is important, just showing up at all is extremely important, and it itself is a bold action. So
yeah,
I think that
we're
yeah,
rapidly
locally,
approaching a time for bold action.
for bold action, and locally definitely is where it's going to be the most
Yep.
impactful, and that's where momentum gets built from.
Yep.
Donald Trump tends to retort